Hey guys, it's Danny Danzy. I wanted to speak to you about something that I've mentioned in two videos and haven't gone in depth with, and that is I keep mentioning the word HAAS effect. And if you guys aren't familiar with that, I'm going to show you something pretty cool. A lot of you old school guys probably know about this, but basically what it is a delay that delays one of your signals so that it kind of sounds like two guitars playing at once. And Cliff gave us kind of that effect with this enhance, effect block that we have, which is really cool. But one of the problems with this is we can't make it loose. It's very tight. All right. There are pros and cons to what Cliff gave us. I'm going to speak about some of the pros as we, take a look at a delay block and turn it into a HAAS effect delay. All right. It's very simple to do. First thing I want to do is get all my feedbacks down to nothing because we don't need any of that. All right. And we're going to go for the lowest we can on the left side. You want to use a dual delay. All right. And you want the mix to be 100% wet. You'll see what I mean. All right. Now, on one side, it's going to be just about immediate. Okay, when you play, there's not going to be a delay in the sound. But on this side, we're delaying it 24 milliseconds. All right, so it's almost going to sound like two guitars playing in stereo, where you know how the human timing inconsistencies kind of kick in. You're actually going to get that. Let's make sure we have this block shut down right now. Okay, so let's go to the delay block and turn it on. Well, here's without it. See what it did to the sound? It spread everything nice and wide. Okay, now the cool thing is, and our enhance block is great. It's actually better than this, and I'll tell you why. When you listen to what I'm playing here, your ears are perceiving the left side to be a little bit louder than what you hear on the right. All right, that's really not so. That's not what is happening. What is happening is because we have 1 millisecond here, your ears are hearing this first, and your right ear is hearing 24 milliseconds later. So it's giving you the appearance that, the perception that the left side is louder. When it's really not. If you look at meters when I play, you'll see that they are identical. Now the good thing about what Cliff has given us, when you listen to his HAAS effect, there's no differentiation between the left and right. You hear how the left and the right are like perfect, okay? So that is the pro of having our enhance effect there. All right. Now, one of the cons, it's really not a con. It's really it's a personal preference. If you would like to make things a little looser, let's pump this up a little. You can make this side have a higher delay time, and you'll watch as I start to play. You don't want to go too much, but it'll start to loosen up. Hear how the right side is a little bit late? You can even go a little bit more if you want. I would say don't go over, 60 is probably even pushing it, because it sounds like you're not playing in time. See, but the cool thing is you have the ability to make it a little loose, where it kind of gives you a cool effect. All right, and if you want it tight, you can go with something like this. That's without it. All right, but remember, you have to go 100% mix. Okay, for this to really give the effect that you want it to have. Okay, so you can play around with these delay times and really get something cool that will enhance whatever you're playing. Now, one of the cool things about this effect for me, when I'm doing scratch tracks, sometimes I don't have the time to play two independent, rhythm guitar tracks. I like to double track my stuff. So, if I'm playing around with an idea, sometimes I don't feel like playing the rhythm track 2 times, and I can just add the HAAS effect in there and, get that 2 guitar at once kind of tone. It simulates it. It's not spot on, but it's definitely cool. So you can do some pretty cool stuff with that. Or, like I said, if you want to go insane and jack this thing up, you make it a little loose if you want. It just kind of adds to your palette of sounds. Another thing you can do, which is also pretty cool, that you can't do with our enhance effect, is if you want to, you can actually bring some dry effect in here and kind of give yourself almost like a 3D kind of deal. All right, so let's say our dry guitar. All right, once I bring this in, we'll start at let's try like 50. Okay, the dry guitar is going to be instantaneous, so we want to increase this a little bit. So let's maybe bring this up to I don't know. Let's try 20. All right, and let's bring this one to say 40. All right, so now what you're going to do is you're going to have a guitar that hits immediately right down the middle. All right, and then you're going to have another guitar that's 20 milliseconds late on the left and then 40 milliseconds late to the right. All right, so we're hearing a dominant center right now. So we can increase the mix to bring the other 2 guitars up. And you'll notice the one in the center will drop down a little bit. Okay, so that's a kind of cool thing too. And then you can experiment with making these even a little later if you want to. And, dialing maybe more of the dry guitar in, or taking more of it out. All right, so let's try this and see what we get. So it starts to sound a little weird after a while, so you want to be careful what you do, with these, these delay times here, I personally like with the dry completely out. See, we're getting a little bit of phasing now. So if we bring this, say, down to here, now we're back to where we were. So that's a cool little thing that you can do. When recording, you can do it right inside your HAAS effects, or you can use any delay that you have inside your digital audio workstation. And this, will stop you from having to record 2 guitars, if you don't feel like it. I always like 2 guitars because I think that you're getting true stereo when you literally record 2 independent guitars. You're, like I said in the beginning, the human timing inconsistencies help to make up the stereo, and then you add some EQ stuff and you pan things, and you can really get some interesting stuff. Where with this, it is the exact same thing, just delayed. You know what I mean? So you guys that, I know there's a lot of guys when they record, they'll clone a track and slide it back a couple of ticks. It is the same exact thing that we're doing here with a delay. We're literally taking one of the sides and sliding it back, a few milliseconds. Okay? So that's basically it, but I just wanted to explain because I've been saying this HAAS word, in the videos that I've presented to you guys, and I never really explained it. So now you know, in case you didn't before. It gives you a nice little cool, well-bodied, wider type sound, in one pass. All right, so I hope you find this useful. Any problems or questions, feel free to ask. Thanks. See ya.